I don't know if you are a fan of Oreos, but starting in January, you could order limited edition Lady Gaga Oreos, which will be pink. And if that does not sound particularly appealing to you, I do know that many people like double stuff Oreos. They are regular Oreos with, well, double the stuff in between. Or the ones they now make with triple the stuffing called the most stuff. Now, did you ever wonder why they never made the extra cookie part, but they only added more filling? Well, they don't, because for most people, the favorite part of the Oreo is what is in between. The majority of people would tell you that the best part of the Oreo is that in-between part. And if I could put the wisdom of today's scriptures in one sentence, it would be that very thing. The most important parts of life happen in between. The reading from Isaiah today talks about preparing the way, that time in between what is now and what will be. Peter's letter tells us that we are in between now and a new heavens and a new earth. And he speaks strongly of the importance of this in-between time. And John the Baptist, who was an important faith figure in his own right, speaks of the one and points to the one coming after him. Our scriptures shout the importance of in-between time. And it strikes me that while we like the in-between of Oreos, we don't very much like the in-between of life. You know, I just can't wait until my kids get out of diapers. Or I can't wait until I graduate. Or I can't wait until I get all my Christmas shopping done. Or, most universally these days, I can't wait until this darn pandemic is over. Being in between is hard. And Advent, frankly, aggravates this tension because it holds out this awesome future while continuing to remind us that we are not there yet. Sadly, most of us just skip Advent. Instead of nurturing Advent longing, we jump right to Christmas. It used to be that on December 17th, in the midst of Advent longing, in the midst of winter, we were supposed to start anticipating Christmas more intensely. And that was when most people would put up their Christmas decorations. Christmas itself then would begin the night of Christmas Eve and would last several weeks. Now, you hear Christmas music in stores right after Halloween. And so many people put up their decorations so early that when Christmas itself comes, they're just done with it. And they throw away their Christmas tree right as the Christmas season gets started. No, we don't like the in-between part so much. We think that getting there is the important thing. But in between is where most of life happens. Now, we like putting stuff behind us and arriving at our destination. But unless I learn to appreciate the journey, I will never fully appreciate the destination when I get there, wherever there is. Being in between is hard, it's painful. No one likes it, but this is where true growth happens. So waiting for test results from the doctor. That's scary, isn't it? And you are loved right then. Being between girlfriends or boyfriends, who like that, right? But when we are in between, we can usually see more clearly who we actually are and do the work we need to do to become better persons for the world, right? Out of work and waiting for a possible job offer. That time is stressful and holy. God is there. And it calls us to remember that we have a dignity beyond the work that we do. Hoping to have a baby and it just doesn't seem to happen. Well, the world still needs your love now. Now. Do you have a loved one who is dying and you don't want them to die, but you just wish their suffering could end so they could just go home? Well, even right then, all the love in the universe is with him or with her. Way behind with just too much to do. Now that's where my temptation comes in particularly, to think that if I just work enough hours, I'll get caught up and then my life will be great and then I can savor my days and my time. But no, this is my life. This in between with all the emails undone, programs not developed, phone calls overdue, talks that need to be written. I need to see that this is my life. Or I'll miss cherishing my life while I had it. And after I die, I will never appreciate that except I learn to live now, right in between. And this pandemic, this awful pandemic with all the suffering it has brought, of course we wish it were over. But we also remember that life does not start when the vaccine finally takes hold. Life is now. This is our life now. You know, the slogan that they used to have on T-shirts put it well. This is not a dress rehearsal. Our times in between are not just to be tolerated. They are to be chosen, embraced, trusted. For love and life are not just waiting on the other side of retirement or when we get married, or when the kitchen renovation is complete, or when COVID is finally brought under control. Being in between seems like the worst time, but it is actually the most important time. You see, on some level, we are always in between. Life is mixed. Yet in this imperfect life, on this imperfect day, when imperfect you and I are between so many things, love and life are to be found now. There is no other time. This is our life. And when it comes to Oreos, most people think the in-between part is the most important part. When it comes to life, the most important part is truly what happens in between.